Hey everybody, welcome, you're watching Tostones GG. Welcome to the channel. If you don't know, I do a lot of Tactics Ogre content. For all of you new subscribers out there, thank you so much, I appreciate it. 10k views in like, what, 2 weeks for the Tactics Ogre Reborn Beginner's Guide? Nuts, man, absolutely nuts. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you've been learning from it. Today I've got the first in a brand new series of videos. These are going to be your early to mid-game class guides for Tactics Ogre Reborn. And if you end up liking this, please, drop a like, drop a little subscribe, stay on top of the noties, you already know. And without further ado, let's get into Warriors. Warriors are part of the first batch of classes you gain access to in Tactics Ogre Reborn. They can make use of some, if not the most diverse weapon selection out of any class barring Lord. While you may find yourself upgrading warriors into knights, berserkers, or terror knights early on, they can still serve a purpose on your team well into late game. Let's discuss their utility, their skills, equipment options, and synergy with other units. Utility. Warriors are combat specialists. They assist your front lines with accuracy buffs while chipping away at enemy units with pincer combos and their active skills. They can be built for attack or for bulk, but they won't consistently outdamage or outdefend berserkers and knights. Their strength particularly lies in their versatility. Skills. Support skills. Warriors in Tactics Ogre Reborn gain access to the following weapon skills: fists, daggers, whips, and cudgels for some odd reason, one-handed and two-handed variants of swords, axes, and hammers, alongside one-handed variants of bows and crossbows. You can mix and match their equipment with a one-handed weapon and a shield, or a one-handed weapon and bow or crossbow, or a one-handed weapon with the parry passive, and another with the counter hit passive. You won't be able to attack with both simultaneously though. They also get access to Constitution 1 and Insight 1, which is going to give them an additional bit of HP and NP respectively. Auto skills. Vigorous Attack is an auto skill that grants allies within a certain range 100% accuracy on their melee attacks with no chance of being parried. This allows your frontline units to continue applying pressure on the opposition with damage and status effects like breach, silence, and poison. Action skills. Mighty Impact is an action skill that converts your next melee attack into an automatic critical hit for only 40 MP. This can still be parried though, but it cannot be countered. This is a great way to take out a unit with a decent amount of HP remaining without using an additional turn. It's also a great way to punch a hole through the front line, enabling your instilled Valkyries or your Berserkers or Terror Knights to clean up with relative ease. Equipment options. You'll get the most out of your warriors if you give them a melee weapon, and my preference tends to be something like the Zweihander +1, which grants counter hit and it can also inflict breached on hit. They can also make use of one-handed bows if you're really pressed for ranged options and you don't feel like sacrificing a slot for a dedicated archer. Synergy. Early on, warriors are going to shine when they are supporting other melee units with vigorous attack or helping you whittle away at foes with mighty impact. They'll need to watch out for enemy wizards, but for the most part they should be fine front and center alongside your knights or dancing between your front lines and your mid lines. If their weapon has a chance to inflict a status like breached or poison, Mighty Impact will increase that chance to 100%, allowing nearby knights, berserkers, or dragoons or terror knights to hit even harder. Closing thoughts. Warriors excel at being up close and personal with enemies. When Vigorous Attack triggers, you can rest assured that your nearby Terror Knights, fist-wielding Berserkers, and Valkyries are going to have no issue spreading breached, poison, false strike, and more. Mighty Impact can help you score crucial amounts of big damage in addition to potentially shifting an opponent's position, which can help you trigger pincer from a nearby friendly unit. Early on, this class will serve you well with their good mix of bulk and physical strength. They are your premier melee damage dealers until you can train a Berserker up to level 7 to unlock Berserk. Mid-game will see them taking more of a supportive role. They'll still deal consistent damage, but they simply cannot compete against a Berserker's burst damage or the total damage an enemy unit takes from anyone in your army, including archers, after a well-timed fearful impact with Breach. What do you think about the warrior, guys? Do you think it's a staple on your team? Are you using it often? Have you switched them out for somebody else? Leave it down below in the comments so I can read your thoughts. I didn't mention it, but they do gain access to Siege, and obviously you're going to want to have Pincer equipped. Siege is going to allow you to bypass Rampart Aura at the permanent cost of -1 movement. Our highlight reel warrior over here was a winged Hawkman, so obviously we didn't need to use that because he's got flight. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like or drop a sub if you found this helpful, and stay tuned for the next video in the series, which is going to be focused on early to mid game archers. Alright y'all, see you.